we were there for like so long, like, what is that word? And Jesse's like, at this point, like, just broed out, like, probably drunk too much tequila the night before. He's like on the sofa like this. He's like, what if it's just like stargazing?
Wow.
And like, me and people were like, dude. And it was like, dude.
Wait. How did Stargazing come about?
Damn. Yeah, Stargazing. So this was like maybe second or third, no, maybe like third trip in, I think, of working together, because like we'd always make the effort to either Pete would fly to me or I'd fly to him, and we'd spend like a couple of weeks together. And we were sort of like coming towards the end of like a 2 week of just, we were in Malibu, and like, you know, I had the bright idea of like, I want to go to Malibu because it's amazing. And then I got there and I realized like there's no one there. So it's like me and Pete in this massive house, because I was like, it's my first time having label budget, so I was like, I'm getting the biggest thing I could find. It's like hot tub, sun, view of the sea. And then very quickly you realize no one lives in Malibu, so like we're going insane at this point. It's like we're both just in our boxes and like a string.
The house is a mess. Just like two bros in a house.
Yeah, just pulling out our hair, just like, we gotta make a song. And then we're like 20 songs in at this point, and we write like, you know, the start of Stargazing, and it was just like at the time another song that we wrote, and we sort of like pushed to the side, and we had our close friend and collaborator Jesse Fink there at the time. And I don't think any of us, I'd be lying if I said like that first sort of like cut of it, any of us thought it would be this massive magical special song. We thought the song was good, but yeah, it wasn't what it is now. And then, not long after that trip, me and Pete just went back into the studio, and I think like my A&R was right. It was Joe had messaged Pete like, what's going on with this song? And we're like, damn, let's just like crack it open and see what could happen. And yeah, we played for a while unsuccessfully with it. And then, landed on where it is.
Do you have any early versions of it then?
Yeah, I have an early version. Can I add one thing on the writing front? It was the last night that we just wrote the chorus to Stargazing, and then we were checking out the next morning, and we're like, hey, we should wake up early and like just write verses to the song. Yeah. So we literally, the morning we checked out of the Airbnb, wrote the verses and the pre to the song. Yeah. And we didn't think anything of it. There was actually another song. Remember that song, Holding On? Oh, we were like, this is the one from the camp. We thought that was the one. And I remember going right back to my apartment afterwards and working on Hold On. Oh, and we were like, dude, this is the one. And then we ended up opening up Stargazing in the studio. Yeah,
I think the best part of my favorite writing memory of that song was like when we were writing the hook. Like we had the take my heart, don't break it, love me to my bones. All this time I wasted, you were right there all along. Oh yeah, and then it was like you and like no word, like intertwining souls, and we were there for like so long. Like, what is that word? And Jesse's like at this point, like just broed out, like probably drunk too much tequila the night before. He's like on the sofa like this, has like 6 zins.
Oh my god,
like this. Like he's like, what if it's just like stargazing?
Wow.
And like me and people were like, dude, and it was like, dude, wait, there's something in that. Yeah. And then we threw it in, and it was just like, pretty fire. So yeah, that's
crazy.
The title of the song.
It was funny though, because Jesse and I always thought the song was gonna be called All Along.
Yeah,
like, you were right there all along.
100%.
And then Myles was like, no, it's called Stargazing. Right, okay, that's probably better.
I fought you for that as well.
I actually think the first rough I have is called.
No way.
I think it's called All Along. I think the session low key is called All Along. Hold on, 24. This is my Miles Smith folder that is just massive. Malibu Camp 24. It was called All Along.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
How early do you have of this song?
The earliest I have, because we didn't bounce one out at Malibu. Like, we didn't have a bounce even when we left the camp. It wasn't until Myles and I just went to the studio a few days later to work on it. And I think the earliest I have is actually called... Then I called it a rough of Stargazing. But actually in the beginning, it was like a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
In, like, I'll just play you a quick version of the rough. It was just a picking guitar. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're good. So awesome.
So this is what it was like for the longest time.
Time stood still, just like a photograph. You made me feel like this will last forever. Looking in your eyes, I see my whole life. Oh,
So crazy to hear that, actually.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll keep playing it.
Promise that you hold me close, don't let me go. Take my heart, don't break.
Our partners at Tape It have just released their brand new DENOISER plugin. Nice. This is Tape It's new, fully automatic, studio-quality DENOISER. Drop it on any track and it lowers or completely removes the noise floor. It works on vocals, instruments, band recordings, podcasts, noisy neighbours, vacuum cleaners, and even long sessions with changing noise, all while keeping your recording sounding completely natural and artifact-free. Trained on years of recorded real-world noise, the algorithm adapts to changing environments instantly, so you can add it to your session and trust the output. Now available for use in any DAW and as a standalone desktop app, the combination of its effortless workflow and sound quality is unmatched. To find out more and to get a special launch month offer of 50% off, head to tape.it/denoiser and hear the difference for yourself. Are you nearly done?
So then we like got to the goods, but until then, it was just that picking guitar. There was no intro.
Yeah.
And like there was honestly so many things that happened after we wrote the song on the production
100%.
front that honestly kind of convinced us that it was something special.
Yeah.
Like the piano drone, for example. Bing, bing,
That was
bing,
that
bing.
was when I became a believer.
That was a turning point. For
like
us.
I remember it was like so I'd flown my best friend and my brother out, so we were like all in the room and me and Pete were figuring this song out, and like, you know, when a song feels like has something but like you're not exactly sure what that is, it just was lost. And then like a big thing, and it'll probably come up a few times in this meeting, like Pete has a lot of like just trust me moments, and it's like everything about you says don't trust him. But the more we go, the more I'm convinced. And so he's like, no, like, dude, what if like it's just like dun 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 dun, and I was like, oh, I don't get it. Then he put it into the track, played it out through the playback speakers, and I was like, oh,
It felt electric.
oh, there's something in this now. But
Yeah.
it was like, you know, a lot of the time as an artist and producers have crazy ideas, and like 9 times out of 10, like they don't work. And that's nothing to do with talent. It's just the process of making music. And because I'm always so close to what the production is, like I love being with Pete as we're doing it. It's like, there's a bit of ego in it. It's like, if it's not my idea, then like what we do.
Nah.
But I feel like the longer I've worked with Pete, the more I've trusted him. But there's this weird moment where they're doing something in their ears, and you're like, you don't know what they're going to, but like when you see Pete just like this,
I grabbed him by the shoulder. I was like,
he was like, I like, I've got no headphones on, so I'm just like, okay, I trust. And yeah,
that was a turning point.
The drone turned the song around.
Totally.
And I think we just went full steam ahead, and we cut so many vocals, and we just wanted to get it perfect.
What's the setup when you're recording?
So at the Malibu camp, we kind of we're on a writing trip right now, and it's kind of the same. We have a desk kind of like this, and we have a Neumann U87 that we cut everything with Myles on, and we have a little Apollo. We have some speakers, like a bunch of guitars, and like a MIDI controller. So it's pretty bare bones. I feel like we've always felt most comfortable kind of like in a living room setting,
Yeah.
where it doesn't feel like a lot of pressure in the studio. Like these studios are amazing. We like to come here to finish, but like in the creation stage, it's really nice to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a pretty bare bones situation.
I would say, and we're not sponsored by Airbnb, but like 90% of our songs are Airbnb.
Absolutely.
Like Ed like once said something about like rooms have songs in them, and like the more they've been used to make songs, like the less songs exist in that room. And you know, it seems like fallacy, but for me it's like there is something to going somewhere where music hasn't been created and like just being part of it and just seeing what lands. And I think that we've always had success just booking random spots
Totally.
and bringing a mobile setup with us. And you know, we've got into like a swing of it where it's like we can literally turn anywhere into a studio in like half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
that's
say
a great idea though.
The vibe of the Airbnbs too, it's like we could be having breakfast, and there's been so many times we like written a song over breakfast.
Yeah.
Someone's like cooking eggs and someone's playing the guitar,
100%.
and then it's like, oh wait, what was that? And then by the time breakfast is done, you have a song. It feels informal, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's kind of always been our creative process.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I just love the idea of that. You know, you haven't even had breakfast yet,
Yeah.
and you got a song on the
Yeah.
go. So cool.
The best is when like a writer goes to sleep and it's just me and Pete, like, should we try
Let's just get one real quick.
Let's just get one real quick. 50-50. And yeah, like you pick like I think the beauty of like living in with the people that you're writing with is crazy because like songs for me it's not a 9-to-5 job, so why should we create them in a 9-to-5 environment? It's like they might come at 3 a.m, they might come slap bang in the middle of the day. It's just like always having somewhere accessible at any time and any place to make music is the best way for us.